scrolling isn't just a new addiction that everybody has. It's seriously harming you. In this video, I'm going to outline the dangers of scrolling and specifically the solutions to them. And I'm Anthony. I've been a procrastination coach for the past year, and I personally had to go through the journey of scrolling from 8 to 12 hours a day to nowadays, at absolute most, maybe half an hour a day. And now, I even help other people stop scrolling, and here are some of my reviews. I know how to help people, and so I can help you as well. So the first one, which is the obvious one, right? You already knew this. It's your attention span. Even with this video, I already guarantee you some people have clicked off just because I didn't have some huge Mr. Beast intro, right? That's the problem. Nowadays, people's attention span are so fried that they can't even watch a 5-7 minute video that can literally change their life if they apply everything. It's crazy, right? And so I'm not going to go into the depths of it, right? You know, something dopamine and something. You already know it's bad for your attention span, right? The solution you actually probably haven't heard anywhere else. And I had to do this myself. I've been doing this for probably a year and a half by now, and it's truly changed my life. It's meditation. Just the simple act of sitting down and following my breath for 5-10 minutes a day genuinely changed my life, because it's the exact opposite of scrolling. So with scrolling, especially short form content, you have a new thought every second or two, right? You just keep scrolling, new thoughts, new ideas, new stimulation. Meanwhile, when you meditate, the whole goal is that when you have a thought or an idea, you acknowledge it, but then you go back to your breath. It's the exact opposite of scrolling. With scrolling, you have new ideas every second. With meditation, you get thoughts and ideas, but the goal is to stay on one. And just meditating, again, it only takes 5 minutes a day. Literally, you can sit down right now, open up your clock app, and put a timer for 5 minutes and just sit there. And you're going to notice, especially if you've been a huge scrolling addict like I was, you can't even sit and focus for 15 seconds before you get a thought. It's crazy, right? But that's not the bad part. You're not failing meditation if you get a thought. That's not a fail. In fact, that's actually good. That's showing that you can improve. So let's say you can't even focus for 5 seconds. That means that you can improve. That's not a negative, that's a positive. And just acknowledge the thought and say, okay, yeah, I get you. I want to think about this, but I'm focusing on my breath right now. And just breathe. That's literally it. You're sitting still for 5 minutes and breathing. That simple. But just getting consistent with that is like training your brain. It's literally just training your attention span. It's training your mind to be able to focus. Now, the second one that I have for you, the second danger with scrolling, is actually health related. A lot of people don't talk about this, but you lose a crazy amount of sleep when you scroll. And I know this myself, especially when a school year is going through. I was probably surviving on like 5-6 hours of sleep a day. And I know that doesn't sound like huge, right? Some people don't sleep at all. But you still feel the effects. Even if you lose just an hour of sleep because you were scrolling, you still just feel sleep deprived. And over the long run, that literally kills people. I don't even know the statistic. You can just search this up. You are literally going to die earlier when you're sleep deprived, even just for an hour. And it's just because at the end of the day, I'm eating, watching YouTube while I'm eating, the usual. But I would end up being finished with my meal, going over to my nighttime routine. But instead of doing the nighttime routine, I just keep scrolling and scrolling. And so just like that, instantly lose an hour. And that hour is directly coming out of my sleep that night. And so the next day I'd wake up, be sleep deprived, groggy, and I'd feel bad. And it's funny, because that next day I felt bad, at the end of the day I just wanted to relax, unwind. And so I'd scroll, and so I'd lose more sleep. And that was a cycle that continued every single week. And It's super simple to break this as well. To literally live longer, all you need to do is break that scrolling loop. So, when you're scrolling, it's almost like you're stuck in a trance, right? There's like a cycle where you just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. If you interrupt that, then you can finally like snap out of it. You can break out of that trance. And so what happens with me, which is what I do, I have two fail safes, right? If I end up scrolling it all, let's say. The first is that I have alarms on my phone just to interrupt it, right? To be loud in your face. And so you instantly see it, right? The second one that I do, which I would truly recommend you to do as well, find some kind of extension or app to put on your phone or whatever you scroll on, right? It doesn't matter. For me, it was always my phone. I literally just installed an app. The app is called Screen Zen. By the way, you can install it. I have no relation to it. But I literally just did it so that at, let's say, 7 p.m., YouTube just shuts off. I literally just can't open YouTube anymore. And immediately that just breaks your loop, right? It's a bit annoying at first because you almost want to keep scrolling, but then once your logical side of your brain kicks in, you're like, oh yeah, thank God. I was trying to go to bed today at a good time. And that's awesome. Just breaking that and finding any way, right? You can even get creative with this. Those are just two simple examples. Find some way to snap out of it so that you can actually focus on your health and literally just get the sleep that your body needs. And the third danger, which is actually the worst one out of all of these, right? The first one is just mental health and all that. The second one was that, yeah, your physical health is even on the line. But number 3 is where it gets extremely serious. It's that when you scroll, you just end up feeling empty. And you just have this sense of regret in your heart that I wasted the whole day away. Like, there was so many times where I would be scrolling the whole day, literally, again, 8, 12 hours a day. And at the end of the day, as I'm like going to bed, I just look over my day and I was just like, damn. I felt so disappointed in myself just because I couldn't get off an app on my phone. And this kind of regret builds because if it's for one day, you just feel upset, whatever. But knowing that you've wasted months of your life at this point, like thousands of hours on your phone, on just scrolling that you're never going to get back, it's the kind of regret that builds in your heart. It feels like a punch to your gut every time you scroll. And just the fact that you are wasting your life, like truly, I need to speak to you one-on-one for a second. You're wasting your life. And that you're never going to get all those hours that you scrolled back, right? This isn't to make you feel bad. I'm just telling you the truth that you need to hear. You are never getting that time back. Straight up. But what you can do is move on forward from here. You can take accountability for the fact that, yeah, I wasted all that time. But now, moving forward in the present moment, I can change and I can do something else. And so the solution here, it isn't even to quit scrolling, right? As I said, sure, I have YouTube on my phone. Sure, I watch maybe a YouTube video every now and then. The point of like quitting a scrolling addiction isn't to stop using social media entirely. The point is to live a fulfilling and productive life. And so that's exactly what we do. The step here, the solution, is to find a goal that resonates with you. It doesn't matter what you want to call it. It could be your purpose, your calling, whatever, Just find a goal that you really resonate with and you want to achieve. For me, those 2 goals are bodybuilding and this YouTube channel. Bodybuilding and the fact that I can see the progress over years and years, and it's super fulfilling for me. It's satisfying as well. And YouTube and the fact that I'm literally helping other people stop scrolling. That one problem that was the biggest in my life. Imagine knowing that you've saved in the future hundreds, if not thousands of hours of people's time because instead of wasting it on scrolling, they did it on something else. They actually used it productively. That's so fulfilling. Imagine having those kind of goals where you literally, not only do you not have enough time to scroll at that point, you don't even want to scroll. Imagine having that in your life. It's crazy how productive you can get if you just have a goal and you want to achieve it. And so this is kind of part and part with the meditation. If you don't know what your goal is, like you have zero idea, you can just, after you're done meditating today, which you should do right after this video, literally open up the clock app, 5-minute timer, I'm not kidding. Just stare at a wall and ask yourself, like, what do I want out of my life? Or even better, what problems do I have in my life? Because all your goals are just an answer to a problem in your life. What problems do I have in my life? And the answer is exactly what you should be doing right now. So as a quick recap, the first solution is that you should meditate because it fixes the problem of your attention span. The second solution was that you should find some kind of way to break the cycle, or some blocker, for example, to help the problem of losing sleep. And number 3 was to find a fulfilling and purposeful goal for yourself in order to avoid the regret that you feel when you scroll. You do all of these, I promise you, so your scrolling addiction is going to at the very least, snap in half. Just like Thanos, right? It's going to be cut in half immediately. Now, if you want my personal help in getting there as fast as possible, you want to cut out your scrolling addiction now. You want to get there as productively and as quickly as possible. I got you. As I said, I'm a procrastination coach, and my clients have gotten great results. You want to join in one of the many clients I have right now? Well, I have a deal for you. I give out free consultations, only one per week. So if you want to get a free consultation before anybody else does, you can actually go ahead and get a free consultation with me completely for free by clicking the link in the description